Well, Facebook ads algorithm targeted me perfectly yet again. While doom scrolling, which I have tried very hard not to do lately, an ad for a new dexterity game came across my feed. It was for a game called Catch 33, published by a company called Buddy Pal Games. So, of course, I hit the notify me button and backed it on Kickstarter, probably on day one. What caught my attention were the ramps. You heard me right, ramps. In Catch 33, you and your opponent are ramping dice up and into the bottom of the box, trying to land it in the center cup. When it arrived close to on time, as any Kickstarter lately could, my kids and I sat down, read the rules, and proceeded to play. So let's see how it went. Alright, welcome back to Lunch and Board Game. I'm your host, Adam Collins, and let's take a look at the rule clarity for Catch 33. The rules are a single 12-inch by 12-inch sheet of paper. Every outcome and circumstance seems to be covered, leaving no gray areas. Time to explain to newcomers. 3 minutes, give or take. Once your first die lands, it dictates what you are going to try to do with your second die. And, well, that's the game. Gameplay. The setup is simple. Each player takes one of the ramps, clips their score tracker on the edge of the box over the start, places the clear cylinder bucket in the center hole, and the first player takes the dice. Now, Catch 33 is ready to play. The first player slides the first custom D6 up the ramp and into the box. The bottom of the box is the actual play area. Depending on how this first die lands, decides what options the active player now has. If the first die lands in the clear bucket in the middle, and the second die lands in there too, the player scores the sum of the dice. If the second die misses the bucket, then only the die in the center bucket scores. If the first die misses the bucket, then the active player tries to get the second die into the same quadrant as the first. If this happens, the player scores a flat 2 points. If a die lands on a line, the player must choose which quadrant it is in before launching the second die. If at any time a die lands outside the box, that player's turn is over and no points are scored. Now, here are some of the special rules. If both dice land in the bucket showing 1, then the next player only gets 1 die. Therefore, it is a bucket or no points at all for the second player. This is also the case if both land in the same quadrant showing 1s. Also, there are 2 different chance it rules. The first one can trigger if the first die goes in the bucket and the second does not, but its result matches. The active player can either take the points as normal or risk sliding the second die again, but it must land in the bucket or no points are scored. The second one happens with double 2s or double 3s. The active player can again chance it by launching 1 die in hopes of the bucket. If it lands in, add it to the score. If not, you guessed it, no points are scored. The first player to score, yep, you guessed that too, 33 points, is the winner. Replayability. Apparently it has a lot. It lends itself nicely to an I'll take the winner type game. I have played it over 6 times already. My kids have played it loads more without me. Dexterity games, when done right, make you want to come back and try it again. Try to be better than the last time. Catch 33 hits this on the nose. Component quality. There are only a few components to Catch 33. 2 custom D6s, 2 custom hard plastic slides, 2 clips for scoring, a clear ring for the middle bucket, 1 neoprene mat for the bottom of the box, and 8 pegs, 4 of each color, for an alternate way to play the game. Each and every component is made to last. No complaints here. Lunchtime potential. Absolutely. Catch 33 would make for a great lunchtime tournament. Each game takes about 15 to 20 minutes, so set up a bracket and go today. Artwork. No artist is listed, but the art and graphic design work well for the style of game that it is. Other. There are rules for a modified game, territory posts. The setup remains the same with this edition. Each player takes the 4 territory posts of their color as well. If a player lands both dice in the bucket, a pole is placed in the empty quadrant on the dot. If a player can get all 4 posts into play, it is an automatic win. At that point, points do not matter. Now, if a post is knocked over by an opponent, then 3 points goes to the player who owns the post, and it is reset. If a player knocks over their own post, it is removed from play. If at any time all 4 quadrants have a post but not all the same color, and a player lands both dice in the bucket, that player gets a bonus shot to try and knock down an opponent's post with no penalty. If successful, the post is removed. If they knock over their own post, the post is removed. My kids like to play this version instead of the base game. Expansion. Catch 33 is a very recent game to hit the streets. There are no expansions at this time. I could see how you could easily develop other games to play with this setup. Add a few more ramps to play 4 players or teams. Add different style ramps. Add other objectives or different dice combinations. Man, I hope Buddy Pal Games is listening and taking notes. Bang for the buck. I backed, early bird of course, for the $20 plus shipping on Kickstarter. Right now, you can get it off their website, www.buddypalgames.com, for $33. Get it? Anyway, it has been well worth it at my house. My kids love it. You can make a tournament at work, at home, wherever. It also plays very, very fast, and is great to play just before bed with the kids. In summary, Catch 33 has been a huge success in my house. We play round-robin tournaments quite often. It's great before bedtime. Buddy Pal Games has a fun, entertaining, easy-to-learn and teach dexterity game that offers enough decision-making to make you want to come back to it again and again. It also looks great on the table. Buddy Pal has a few other games, and I think I might have to look at them later this year. They seem to be a publisher that I have slept on. Power Advance looks interesting for sure. As usual, you can reach out to us at our website, www.eatlunchandboardgame.com. Hit us up on Facebook at facebook.com/eatlunchandboardgame. And as always, you can email us at eatlunchandboardgame@gmail.com. And remember, board games build bridges.